Hi there. I'm excited to share with you about antioxidants today, what they are, why they're so vital for our health, and which ones specifically you should be consuming. So first off, antioxidants allow our cells to be protected because we have things called free radical damage and oxidation that happen from various amounts of things, from sun exposure, stress, environmental toxins, the foods that we eat, all kinds of different damage that comes at us, and it breaks down our DNA and our cells. And so the only way that our cells can be protected is if we have antioxidants. And antioxidants literally shield a cell. Like if you see like a perfect little cell, they literally create this little shield around it, not allowing any oxidative stress or free radicals to come in and damage the cell. So they're really awesome. And I often explain to people when they're meeting with me that our bodies internally are either alkaline or they're acidic. And we definitely want to have them on the alkaline side of things. So if you consider your body internally like a teeter-totter, and on one end sits antioxidants and on the other end sits free radicals. When antioxidants go very high, free radicals and oxidative stress gets very low, and vice versa. When oxidative stress and free radicals go high, our antioxidants go in the toilet. So why this is so crucial is because when we have our body low in antioxidants and low in alkalinity, we actually have the ability to have any of these types of diseases, from cancer to diabetes to heart disease, pop up in our lives. Whereas when we have a high amount of antioxidants, it's virtually impossible to have one of those diseases take hold. Furthermore, antioxidants protect you from minor illnesses like colds and flus. So they're great to have on board. So a lot of people, when I mention the word antioxidant, they think of two foods, which I'm guessing may have come to your mind. One is kale and the other are blueberries. So we're going to discuss both of those. I will first say blueberries are good. They have a lot of great qualities and they are decently high in antioxidants. So blueberries are definitely an option. However, kale is something that I really urge you to do a little research on, because kale is a genetically modified food. It was not created by God. It was made by scientists, and it was originally given to livestock to try to bump up their food in the winter, because kale can grow year round. And so it was something they started with cattle and sheep to first feed them. And shortly after they began eating it, the animals got sick, and many of them actually died. And when they did an autopsy to figure out what went wrong, they realized that their thyroid had either been massively impaired or had been killed. So the reason why this happens is because kale has a high level of thallium. And thallium is what can attack our thyroid and cause all kinds of very big dangers to our body. So I know that kale gets a lot of hype and it's pushed all over the place, and people think it's like the number one superfood. But I think for some of you, this might be good information, because you're going to go, oh gosh, I never have to eat that junk again. I really don't recommend eating kale. If you do eat it in moderation, and don't eat it every single day. Small amounts will not hurt you, but if you're having large amounts of raw kale, it can definitely be devastating. So let's talk about from 10 to 1. I made a list of antioxidant foods. We're going to start at 10, and we're going to talk about how much quantity you'd have to consume. I'll give you the ORAC score, which is the value of their total antioxidant property, and then also the net carbs, because being aware of how many carbs are in these fruits and vegetables are very important so that we can make the right choices for the diet that we're adhering to. So number 10 starts out with spinach. For a cup and 1/3 of spinach, it has an ORAC value of 1,513 and just 3 net carbs. So rather than eating romaine or head lettuce or any of these other lettuces, if you're going to go for a salad, choose raw spinach. Number 9 is strawberries. For a cup of strawberries, there is 3,577 ORAC score, and it is 8 net carbs. So it's a little higher in carbs, but that is for a full cup. So you could cut it down to like a half cup and just have 4 net carbs. Number 8, this one might come as a surprise to some of you. It's pecans. Raw pecans are actually incredible. Just 1/4 cup of raw pecans have 4,485 ORAC score and only 1.5 net carbs. Number 7, you might be surprised. Number 7 on this list is actually blueberries. And most people think, oh my gosh, I thought blueberries would be right in the top 1 or 2. but not the case. A half a cup of blueberries yields a score of 4,669, but it has 8.7 net carbs. So in terms of berries, blueberries are higher in carbs than any of these other berries we're going to be talking about on this list. If you are adhering to a ketogenic diet, I would say skip the blueberries or eat them in extreme moderation. Number 6 is raspberries. A half a cup of raspberries is a 5,065 ORAC score with 3.5 net carbs. Number 5 is raw cranberries. Now wait till you hear this jump. We've been talking about half cup for all of these berries. Raw cranberries, a half a cup, has an ORAC score of 9,104. So that's amazing. And it only has 4.5 net carbs. So obviously eating a raw cranberry is probably not something that you're going to be excited to do because they are very sour. However, you can incorporate them in a protein shake or a smoothie and make them a little bit more palatable and still get all the awesome antioxidant qualities. Number 4 on the list, cinnamon. So 1 tablespoon of cinnamon has a score of 10,109 and it only has 2.1 net carbs. So cinnamon also is a thermal booster. So when you add it to your food, when you're eating your one meal or your refeed, it will actually help your metabolism increase and burn at a faster rate. And it has awesome antioxidant properties. Number 3 is turmeric. Turmeric, for 1 tablespoon of it, is 10,492 ORAC score, and it is 4 net carbs. Number 2 is goji berries. Now goji berries, anybody in the Eastern world, especially China, are very familiar with goji berries because they've been used for thousands of years for health reasons. For a quarter cup of goji berries, it is a whopping 25,300 ORAC score. But the downside for you doing ketogenic is it's 34 net carbs. So not a good one if you're in a weight loss program and doing a ketogenic lifestyle. But for those of you that are at a healthy weight, doing this at least maybe once a week would be a fantastic way to get really quality carbohydrates and extreme antioxidants. And number 1, this is one of my favorites. And I think many people are surprised when they hear this, but cacao. For 1 ounce of cacao, the ORAC score is 49,944, and it yields 6.9 net carbs. So I want to explain what cacao is because a lot of people think that cocoa and cacao are the same and somebody just spells them funny. Not the case. Now they are the same foods, but in terms of what has been done to them, it's different. So cacao, the one that has the A in it, it has not been roasted. So it is like, it's kind of like if you compare like a green coffee bean with a toasted coffee bean. So the raw cacao has very high antioxidants. Now cocoa also has decently high antioxidants, but it's less than half of what the raw cacao has. So there are some awesome recipes for what are called keto cups. And you can make them with just raw cacao, some peanut butter, some coconut oil, and a little bit of stevia to sweeten them. And it's a great way to get your daily dose of antioxidants, and it's kind of a treat. So I hope you learned a little bit through this. If you have any other questions about antioxidants or how much you should have or whatever, just post it in the comments below. Thanks, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, Snake Diet Casey, and check me out and follow my Facebook page, Snake Diet Casey. Thanks.